Why would a man walk alone into the palace of a powerful king with a hidden sword? What message did Ehud carry, and why would this secret mission change Israel's history forever?
Stop him!
What was the secret message Ehud said he had received from God? Why did King Eglon send everyone out of the room?
For 18 years, Israel lived under the control of Moab. But what if one unexpected warrior could change everything? Who was Ehud, and how did he bring down Israel's enemy? Israel had turned away from God again, and this time, a powerful enemy had taken control of the land.
His name was Eglon, king of Moab, and he had made Israel serve him for 18 years. For 18 long years, Israel lived under the weight of Moabite oppression.
Finally, the people cried out to God for help. And God raised a deliverer. But this warrior was unlike the heroes Israel expected. His name was Ehud, a left-handed man from the tribe of Benjamin.
His greatest advantage was not strength alone. It was the weapon no one expected him to carry.
Ehud made himself a double-edged sword and hid it where the enemy would never expect. Then Ehud joined the men carrying Israel's tribute to King Eglon.
Every step brought Ehud closer to the most dangerous moment of his mission. Inside the palace, Ehud carefully watched everything around him.
The tribute was delivered, and Eglon believed the visit was nothing more than another payment.
But Ehud had not come simply to live a tribute.
Ehud told the king that he had a secret message for him. "I have a secret message for you, O king."
Eglon became curious and sent everyone else away.
Now Ehud stood alone with the king.
Ehud said, "I have a message from God for you."
Eglon stood up, expecting to hear the message.
Then Ehud struck the king, ending Moab's rule over Israel.
The powerful king fell, and Ehud knew he had only moments to escape.
Ehud shut the doors behind him and moved quickly through the palace.
They assumed he was resting, but the chamber door remained locked.
While they waited, Ehud escaped from the palace. He ran toward the hills, carrying the secret of what had just happened.
Eventually, the servants entered and discovered their king was dead.
News spread through the palace, and confusion exploded across Moab.
Ehud reached the hills of Ephraim and sounded the call for Israel to rise.
Follow me!
Ehud declared, "For the Lord has given your enemies into your hands." And Israel rose behind Ehud, ready to break 18 years of Moabite oppression.
Ehud's call had been answered, and Israel's warriors rushed toward their enemy.
But the Moabites were not prepared to surrender their control without a fight.
Leading from the front, Ehud charged into battle with Israel behind him. Then the two armies collided in a battle that would decide Israel's freedom.
Israel pushed forward, breaking through the Moabite defenses.
Without their king, the Moabite forces began to retreat. They raced toward the Jordan, hoping the river would provide them an escape. But Ehud's warriors had reached the crossings first. The Moabites suddenly realized that their escape route had been cut off. Some turned to fight, but the power of Moab was already collapsing.
By the end of the battle, Israel had broken Moab's control.
After 18 years of oppression, Israel was finally free.
Ehud returned not as a king, but as the man God had used to deliver his people.
And so, Ehud prevailed. His story would be remembered by generations of Israelites. Never forget his strength.
The weapon that began the mission had become a symbol of unexpected courage.
God did not need the strongest man in Israel. He chose the man he could use.
High Ehud, the weight of expectation, the courage to stand alone. He would lead them.
Ehud's left-handedness, unusual to many, became part of the strategy that caught Eglon by surprise.
The unlikely warrior had become the deliverer Israel desperately needed.
Moab had once seemed powerful enough to control Israel indefinitely. But the throne of Eglon was now empty.
The king who had oppressed Israel was gone, and his kingdom had been shaken.
Ehud's escape was only the beginning of the larger plan.
He called Israel together and ordered them to strike before Moab could recover.
Israel crossed the river and moved directly against the Moabite forces.
The Moabites were caught off guard by the sudden attack. Ehud's strategy was working, and Israel pressed forward.
Without their king, Moab's commanders struggled to organize a response.
Israel had waited 18 years for this moment, and now the opportunity had arrived. Moab gathered its remaining warriors for one final stand. And Israel defeated Moab, ending 18 years of oppression and giving the land rest.
After the battle, silence finally returned to the land that had known years of fear. Ehud could finally see the land of Israel without the shadow of Moab hanging over it.
Families returned to their homes, and life slowly began to feel normal again.
Fields that had suffered under oppression were cultivated once again. And children who had grown up under fear could finally play in peace.
Across Israel, people began telling the story of the unlikely warrior who had delivered them.
His story became a reminder that what seemed unusual could become a strength.
But Ehud knew the victory had never been about the sword alone.
He believed Israel's deliverance had come because God had answered their cry.
Centuries later, the story would be preserved in the book of Judges. Israel's history followed a painful cycle: rebellion, oppression, repentance, and deliverance, But peace would not that Israel would remain faithful. A new generation would grow up without remembering the suffering their parents had endured.
Take heed to yourselves and remember his mighty works. The elders warned them not to forget the God who had delivered them. Do not forget the Lord your God.
Ehud's greatest legacy was not simply defeating a king. It was reminding Israel that deliverance could come from the most unexpected person.
To the world, Ehud may have looked ordinary. But behind that ordinary appearance was a carefully planned mission. Courage meant walking toward danger when everyone else would have turned away.
Once those doors closed behind him, there was no guarantee he would ever walk out. Yet Ehud remained calm and delivered the message he believed came from God.
How did Ehud escape after confronting the king? And could he rally Israel before Moab discovered the truth? One warrior, one hidden sword, and one chance.
Alarm! Alarm! He's escaping! After him! He's got the dagger! Don't let him leave the city!
In a single moment, the power of Moab's king was shattered.
Ehud moved quickly, knowing that discovery could mean death. The gates closed behind him, but the mission was not yet complete.
His trumpet call became the signal Israel had been waiting for.
Warriors came from every direction, ready to fight for their freedom.
Ehud gave the command, "Move quickly and take control of the river crossings." The Jordan became the key to stopping Moab's retreat. Israel seized the crossings and cut off the enemy's escape.
With their king gone and their escape blocked, Moab's power collapsed.
After 18 years of oppression, Israel had been delivered, and the land finally had rest. After the victory,
Israel entered a season of peace that had seemed impossible only years before.
The land finally experienced rest.
Yet Ehud did not sit on a throne or demand the people's praise.
He was not a king. He was a deliverer, raised for a specific moment. His story proves that God can use someone the world might overlook.
His left-handedness was unusual, but in his mission it became an unexpected advantage.
What others might have considered a weakness became part of a strategy no enemy expected.
Inside Eglon's palace, the throne remained empty.
The kingdom that had once terrified Israel had been brought low.
Eglon's fall became a reminder that earthly power can disappear in a single moment. The story begins with oppression, but it does not end there. When Israel cried out, God heard their prayer.
And God raised Ehud to become their deliverer.
His mission required courage, because one mistake could cost him his life.
Yet he walked directly into the center of enemy power.
The king never realized that his visitor had come carrying a deadly secret.
I have a message from God for you. A secret message, O king.
Follow me!
Ehud commanded, and Israel followed. The final battle erupted, and Moab's army began to collapse.
Israel seized the crossings and stopped the Moabites from escaping.
"18 years of oppression had finally been broken.
And the land experienced rest after years of fear.
Ehud's story teaches that courage can appear in unexpected places, and deliverance can come through unexpected people. He was not Israel's king, but for one critical moment, he became the warrior who changed Israel's destiny. Ehud's story began with oppression, passed through danger, and ended with freedom. The unlikely warrior had become Israel's deliverer. If you enjoyed this cinematic Bible story, like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which Bible character should become the next movie.